Hello, this is an angle of my apartment, never before seen in a video. Basically, if you're like, what am I looking at? It's a 90-degree pivot from where I usually film my videos. I usually film them at my desk. This is the little half wall that's behind me in videos. But I'm moving. So I'm packing up all of my worldly possessions into boxes, and I thought it would be interesting to talk about the little bric-a-brac that sits behind me in most of my videos. So yeah, I gotta pack these items up anyways. Thought I might kind of explain what they are in case you've ever been watching one of my videos and seen something in the background and been like, what is that? This is your chance to find out. I'm also gonna talk about like the artwork that I have on my walls that you can sometimes see in the background. That'll be the second half of this video. So the first half is the bric-a-brac and knickknacks. Second half is going to be artwork. So prepare yourself for that. First up is this little crow that sits behind me. His name is Edgar Allan Crow. I got him freshman year around the Halloween season, and I love him terribly. I'm gonna have to lint roll a lot of items because my apartment, for some reason, is just really dusty, even though I dust and vacuum fairly frequently. It's just a dusty place. Well, this is a Casey Jr. popcorn bucket that I bought on eBay. The Disney theme parks, like across the world, will sell popcorn buckets. It's like a thing you can wear around your neck, and you can like fit a popcorn bucket in here and you can carry your snacks around with you. They're usually sold in tandem with some kind of cup, but I got this one on eBay because I love Casey Jr., the circus train from Dumbo. I've only been to Disneyland once, but they have like a circus train ride, and I think that was maybe my favorite, at least like top 5 for sure, rides at Disneyland. Is that sad that like the kiddie ride made it to my top 5? It's a good ride, it's cute. Anyways, like the main reason to buy popcorn buckets is not only because they're cute, but because you get like free or at least discounted popcorn with them. But I'm not sure how exactly that works. I've never bought a popcorn bucket at a park before, and I think it might only apply if you buy the popcorn bucket like in the park while they're selling it. I think is the only time that you can use it for free refills, but I'm not sure. I guess I'll find out since I'm, gonna be working/living at the park. Also, he's a little train, but he comes with a train whistle. Little Halloween pumpkin cat. I also got this freshman year of college, same time I got the crow, and I got him because I thought that he kind of looked like my cat Cole. Insert picture, I guess. Just that same kind of blank expression, no thoughts going on behind the eyes. So I thought that was cute. A little Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service. I love Kiki's Delivery Service, but it is not my favorite Studio Ghibli film. When I was a kid, it was probably Spirited Away, and now that I'm older, it's probably Howl's Moving Castle or Whispers of the Heart. This little stingray plush that I got at the Oklahoma City Aquarium, I believe. He's also a finger puppet. Fun fact about me, I love stingrays, specifically stingray touch tanks. It's a personal goal of mine to visit every stingray touch tank in the contiguous United States. There are around 40, and I have been to, I believe, 6. So I got quite a ways to go. The most recent one I went to was down in Monterey over spring break, and then next week I'm going to the one in Denver while I'm driving home. And then I'm moving to Florida, and there are like 6 or 7 stingray touch tanks in the state of Florida alone. Also, my hometown just got a stingray touch tank a couple months ago. In Wichita, we now have a stingray touch tank at the zoo. So yeah, I love a stingray touch tank, and if you're interested in my quest to visit all the stingray touch tanks, follow me on Instagram at Emily Touches Stingrays. That's my Instagram account where I document every time I visit a stingray touch tank. So give me a follow over there to keep up to date with my stingray touch tank journey. Up next, little music box that plays You Are My Sunshine. This was a stocking stuffer last Christmas from my folks because they sang me this song when I was a kid, so that's cute. I did like tear open the box taking it out. Like it does come out of the box. So like it does come out. I just liked the look of it in the box, so I put it back in even though I tore the box to shreds kinda. Little strawberry crepe Mickey Mouse Zoom Zoom. Disney does not make Zoom Zooms anymore, which is a shame because I think they're kind of cute. I do like Zoom Zooms. I have this little one, and then I have like a bigger Minnie Mouse one like on top of my desk. But I also got this freshman year of college. I really like crepes. There's a crepe place like right down the street from my apartment. I don't go there that often because the street it's on is a little sketchy, but it's super close, so I do sometimes go there. This sad donkey. I think he's actually dreaming. Like the tag on him says that he's dreaming, but I always thought that he looked like a sad donkey. He's dusty. He was a gift from my grandma when I was little, and I've had him in my room back home like forever, and I was missing him. I was kind of nostalgic for this weird little sad donkey, so the last time I went home over Christmas, I brought him back with me, and now he's gonna go back home, so glad he was here for 6 months. A rock.
I got a rock.
The story of this rock is that the college I went to, Western Washington University, has this big arboretum that runs behind it, and the dorm that I was in freshman year was like right up against the arb, and I would go on walks in it. Usually when I was like angry and needed to like cool off, I would just go walking through the arb. And on one of my walks, I just saw this rock, and I was like, "You're coming home with me." And that's the story of this rock. He sat on my desk freshman year, and then he sat on my desk in the dorm I was in sophomore year. And then for the last 2 years, he sat on the little wall behind me. But I just saw him when I was out on an angry walk, and I liked the look of him. I liked his shape, so that's why there's a rock. Grogu. I really like The Mandalorian. Love Baby Yoda. I do not like the commercialization of Baby Yoda, which is ironic because I'm holding merchandise of the character. I don't know. I just kind of feel like they like really pimped him out like the second the show came out. Yeah, anyways. I like The Mandalorian. I also liked the Book of Boba Fett, but I liked The Mandalorian more, and as of me filming this, I have not watched the Obi-Wan series yet. As of the time I'm filming this, I don't know where I will be working at in Disney World, but I think it would be pretty cool to get to work in Galaxy's Edge, which is the Star Wars land bit of the theme park. I think that would be really cool. I love Star Wars. My family really likes Star Wars, so I grew up like watching it a lot. That's not a unique opinion. A lot of people are in a similar situation. But I think one of the reasons that working in the Star Wars land would be cool is because unlike other areas of the park where you have like your set uniform and then there will be like slight seasonal costume changes. So like some of the costumes have like a pants and a long sleeve version. And then like a shorts and a t-shirt, not t-shirt, but like a short sleeve version or a skirt version. In Galaxy's Edge, they take you to the warehouse and there are just like bits and pieces of different costumes. So you can like mix and match tops and bottoms. So everyone has like a unique costume and everyone has like, there are like cool hats you can wear and, you can do like fun like space hairstyles. Like I think it would be cool to work in just for like the costume aspect of it, and also like Star Wars is really cool. So maybe by the time I'm editing this video, I will know where I'm working in the park. I'm supposed to find that out sometime in the next week, allegedly. So that would be cool if I just went on this whole little tangent about how I think it would be really cool to work at Galaxy's Edge, and then I got assigned to work at Galaxy's Edge. That would be pretty tight. Little rock turtle. I got this over the summer at a science museum. I really like turtles. I think they're fun. When I was in middle school, I went on a Girl Scout trip. I like applied for this trip and was accepted to go. There were only like 15 or 20 of us girls that were accepted nationwide to go on this trip to Costa Rica, where we did like sea turtle rehabilitation and like conservation work. So that was really cool. Pokeball and Litten. Yeah. This opens up and you can like fit. Man. I like Pokemon. I liked Pokemon as a kid. I still play it. Litten was the starter I chose when I played Pokemon Sun. Litten is not my favorite starter, though. My favorite starter is probably Cyndaquil. And actually, the last paper I ever wrote for college, part of the essay was about Pokemon as symbols of capitalism and modernity, as well as consumerism and greed. So a good chunk of that paper was me being like, Pokemon is a symbol of corporations and like greed and this need of like excessive consumption, like gotta catch them all, and like money and stuff, while at the same time like owning Pokemon merch and planning to like buy the new game when it comes out and still playing through like past games. And Pokemon owns my ass. Fangs by Sarah Anderson. Look how pretty it is. It's got like this red, I don't know, like texture cover, and the edges of the pages are black. This is like a little comic series. I'm out of frame. This is like a little comic series by Sarah Anderson, whose name you might recognize from Sarah's Scribbles. That's kind of like the main thing she's known for. But this is just like a little romance comic series about a vampire and a werewolf. And it's really cute, and you can read most of it for free online on Tapas, I believe. But I wanted the physical version that has a couple additional comics, and also I just thought was pretty, and I wanted to have this. Because for those of you who don't know, I like vampire media. I've made it part of my brand. My senior capstone project for college was about vampires. Please go and listen to that series. I will link it down in the description. It's good, I promise. It's a podcast series. It's really interesting. I wouldn't lie to you. But this is a super cute series, and I recommend reading it, at least online. Like, you don't have to go buy the physical book, but it's pretty cute. A rock.
I got a rock.
This rock I got over spring break. I went down to Santa Cruz with some friends and saw this rock on a beach, and I liked the look of it, so it came home with me. A shell. I also got this down in Santa Cruz at the beach, and similar thing. I saw it, I liked it, came home with me. Another shell. During the pandemic, when I lived here, I would go on walks and sometimes would end up down at the waterfront. And one time I went down there and saw the shell, liked it, and brought it home. In part because the time that I went on the walk where I brought this home with me, I got incredibly lost. My phone died, so I couldn't map myself home. Real retro, and I was like, this has been such an arduous walk. I don't know where the hell I am. I need a keepsake to remember this by. So that's the story with this shell. Nosferatu. He also comes with a little rat. Yeah, like I said, I like vampires, and Nosferatu is a pretty important culturally vampire film. I have an entire video talking about Nosferatu and a lawsuit involving the film. So if you have not watched that video, go check it out. I'll link it down in the description. Watch it after you watch this one. Saw this at the store, and I just thought it was terribly funny that there was a Nosferatu action figure, so I had to get him. Frogger. I love Frogger, so I have a little arcade cabinet of it. You can actually play Frogger on this. Can I play this backwards? Let's see. Okay, this is a little, sad as it is, this is a little come to Jesus moment. This next item, I think tragically I'm going to have to trash him. I don't think he would survive the move. The little questing beast. You might recall, I made a questing beast out of clay. There's a video about it linked out in the description. And actually, if you'll recall, in that video, if you've seen it, I really struggled because he kept falling apart. You can see all the places he's hot glued together. And just now, while I was dusting him off in preparation of wrapping him up to move, his eye fell off. So, we had some fun times, me and the little questing beast, but I think it's time for him to go out to pasture. But he was on the wall behind me for a decent chunk of videos, which is why we're talking about him, even though we're going to lay his soul to rest. Another object from a video, the blown egg. A year ago, I did a DIY video showing how to blow eggs for Easter, and this is the egg that I did. Link to that video also down in the description. This has just accidentally become a video of me promoting other videos. I'm gonna promo like at least 2 or 3 other videos that I've made just based on like artwork on my walls and things on the shelf behind me. So if you're getting annoyed by it, too bad, there's more to come. Little clay pig. There's like a proper name for what this is. It's in Spanish and I can't remember what it is. Somewhere I have a card with like information kind of about the history of this type of little like clay pig. I can't find it. I thought it was in a pile on my bed, but it's not. Freshman year, I went down to Seattle for a concert, and I met up with 2 of my friends from high school, and before the concert, during the day, we went to an art museum down there, and I got this at the art museum. Lucky cat. It's a little lucky cat. Got him at a thrift store freshman year. I don't know, I really like these little lucky cats. I know the Japanese name for them, but I would butcher it so bad that I would feel guilty. I know neko is the word for cat. Anyways, I did a project about lucky cats back in high school. I just think they're fun. I think they're neat. I think that like the kind of stories behind the different coloration and stuff is cool. I have 2 lucky cats back home in Kansas in my room. And I used to, in elementary, I don't know if I still have them, but I used to have earrings that were little, like vinyl lucky cats. So they're cute. I like them. Jurassic Park Jeep, Dennis Nedry with his stick, and the Dilophosaurus. If you didn't know, Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies, and the scene where Dennis Nedry gets killed by the Dilophosaurus is my favorite scene in that movie. I don't know, I just like the Dilophosaurus. I think she's cool. I have a video where I unbox this on screen because I needed to make content and I thought it would be fun. Link down in the description. Like I said, I'm gonna be pimping out videos in this video. How meta. But yeah, a Target exclusive. And if you were wondering, at the time of filming this, I have not seen Jurassic World Dominion yet. I will probably see it in theaters. I'll maybe do that when I'm home for a month. I don't think I'll see that here in Bellingham. I don't have high expectations for it, so I might just wait until it's out on video so that I'm at least not disappointed in a theater. We'll see. I have like a month to kill, so I'm sure I'll be very grateful to go to the movies and see that, even if I don't love the film. But I hope I at least don't hate it. I recently did a video making my predictions for what I thought would happen in Jurassic World Dominion. Link down in the description. I have no shame. I have no shame anymore. So that's all the bric-a-brac and knickknacks on my little half wall that's behind me in videos. It will never be behind me in a video again. Is that sad? Maybe. Who am I to say? Time to tackle the walls. It's the next day, I'm just wearing the same clothes. So I'm gonna be taking all the artwork off of all of my walls, not just these, but we're just gonna pack things up here in the living room kitchen area. I'm gonna start with all the like big poster things I have, and then I think like framed artwork I have, and then other like loose leaf prints that I have lying around. So let's do that. I'll be putting all my large pieces of artwork in this shipping tube. First thing down is this big vampire research poster. Is it in frame? This is a poster I made for a project freshman year of college. And I actually have a video, not to keep pimping out past videos, but I have a video that is basically this poster project, but like expanded on. It is my Eras of the Vampire video. I will link it down in the description. But yes, this is the poster version of that video, basically. X-Files, I Want to Believe poster. I like the X-Files. I'm not sure I've actually ever seen the whole series all the way through. When I was a kid, I like rewatched the bulk of it with my mom, and I've just like seen it in passing. I feel like this is a very basic poster to have at college. I feel like 1 out of every like 5 to 10 college kids has this exact poster. Audrey Hepburn Breakfast at Tiffany's poster. I again feel like this is a very basic poster to have. A lot of girlies at college have this. I like Audrey Hepburn. I like Breakfast at Tiffany's. I like the movie, but I like the book, actually. I really like the short story it's based off of, or I guess it's a novella. Fun fact, if you haven't read it, it has a very different ending than the film. And as far as the moral of the story, I think that the book is better as far as having a moral or a thing that it's trying to say. I also just really like Truman Capote's writing. In Cold Blood is one of my favorite books. I can't get the gunk off of the corner. Labyrinth poster. I really like Labyrinth. It's a good film. I really liked it when I was little. I really like the music in it. I think that just like the soundtrack's really good. David Bowie's a good musician, and I think his music in this film is really catchy. Also, the like puppetry and special effects work are just really good. I feel like people always talk about like The Dark Crystal as being like a good Jim Henson kind of mystical film. I think Labyrinth is better than The Dark Crystal. That's my hot take. Can the ring light not reflect in them? I'll like angle them. So these are a series of lithographs that I got at the Jurassic World Experience. It's like a touring like show, I guess, exhibit. And I went to it last summer when it was down in Texas. But it was this really cool thing with like lots of dinosaur animatronics and puppets, and I loved it. I thought it was really cool. I think everyone should go see it. I might be biased because I really like dinosaurs and I really like animatronics, so like the combination of those was great for me. But it is like really, really impressive, the scale of everything, considering it's like a touring show. So they're like packing this up and moving it like every few weeks. It was really cool. Anyways, they had these lithographs that we got with our tickets that we got. The ticket tier that we purchased came with lithographs that I got and framed, brought back with me to school. And I have not been on the Velocicoaster at Universal Studios. I've been to Universal Studios since the Velocicoaster opened, but I didn't ride it. I'm not like a huge roller coaster person, and the wait was really long, so I was like, I'll be back in Florida. I will ride it at some point, which like accurate because I'm moving to Florida. But based on some videos I have seen of like the queue line to the ride, I think that the lithographs that I have are like in the queue line as like big posters, like part of the world building of the ride. So that's kind of cool. This frame I have not ever hung on my walls. But this is the poster that I designed for my capstone presentation for college. God, all this video is a shameless self-promotion. I talk a little bit about it in my I Interviewed Vampire videos, which I think is like 2 videos back. Anyways, part of doing your capstone presentation involves you designing a poster for it that they like put on the school site and print and hang up to get people to like come to your presentation. And this was the one that I designed for mine, the Vampire Tapes. Find it on Spotify at the Vampire Tapes. And then I just snagged one of the posters they had hanging up because I wanted one to frame. So this is mine. And whenever I get a house and I'm putting up artwork, I would like to hang this because this is a cool project I worked on. I think it's cool. Go listen to it on Spotify at the Vampire Tapes. A fun fact about me is I'm kind of a pack rat, if you couldn't tell from like the premise of this video. But I like to collect things like ticket stubs and maps from places we visit on trips and all of that. And last summer, my family, I organized it when my folks say plan a vacation, sometimes the ideas that I throw at the wall are kind of quirky. But I thought it would be cool to do a dinosaur themed road trip. So we started in Kansas and did this like dinosaur interactive place near my hometown called the Field Museum, where they have like these giant dinosaur animatronics, and it's really cool. So we did that. And then we went down to Oklahoma, and the Oklahoma City Zoo has like, or at least at the time it had, like a touring dinosaur animatronic presentation thing that you could like walk through. So we went and did that. And then we drove down to Texas and did the Jurassic World experience I talked about earlier. And we also went to the Pro Museum, which has dinosaur bones. And then we went to Orlando and we did Universal Studios, which has a whole Jurassic Park area in the park. Anyways, I kept all of my ticket stubs and maps and wrist bracelets and stuff from that trip, and I framed them. So put them all together. So like the background are maps from some of the things we did. These are like our passes from the Jurassic World experience. This was my Dino Safari. That's what the thing we did in Oklahoma was called. A field museum ticket. All of this was things, little bits and bobs and papers from that road trip. So I framed them. Very similarly, we went to Universal and they have all the Harry Potter stuff. And I know that like J.K. Rowling is a TERF and I don't support her in that capacity. But Harry Potter was like a very important part of my childhood, as it was for a lot of kids. So you can think it's cringe or whatever, but like I did also frame a lot of the stuff from the Harry Potter world because I thought that was cool. I really liked Harry Potter as a kid. I think my like 12th or 11th birthday was Harry Potter themed. But yeah, so I framed like a chocolate frog card, and if you buy like one of the interactive wands, they come with these maps, which is what I put in the back. And then this is cut out from like the bag that they give you when you buy your wands. And this is like the train ticket that they have for the Hogwarts Express. So I just framed all that because I thought it was cute, and I'm kind of a pack rat. This is actually an evolution for me because there was I didn't get it. This is actually an evolution for me because I've always kept this kind of stuff. I usually just like sticky tack it onto my wall. But when I like arrange it and frame it, it looks a little less Whiskey Tango. It looks a little more put together. So I'm becoming an adult, I guess. This is a little artwork I got at Pike's Place down in Seattle. I don't know if you can tell, there's like glitter on it. But at Pike's Place Market, they have like this pig statue. I'm actually not really sure why. But they have a pig statue. So this is a little ink drawing of the pig with his little tie, and he has an umbrella and a bouquet of flowers. He's getting ready to go on a date or something. I saw this when I was down there for Thanksgiving, and I thought it was really cute, so I got it. This is the flag of Wichita, my hometown. It's painted on wood. But this was a gift for graduating high school from a friend of mine. This was like his gift that he kind of gave everyone, or at least like a decent chunk of us. Mine is just a square, but I think some people's were like in the shape of Kansas because Kansas is mostly a square. I might be wrong on that. My stock graduation gift for people in high school was those like brass knuckle keychains, the stabby kitties. And one of my friends was very nice artwork. This is hung on the wall of every place I've lived, and I plan on taking it down to Florida with me as well. Most of the art, and I think like at least like 99% of the like knickknacks on my little half shelf, and most of the artwork on my wall, I'm not bringing to Florida with me, just because I'm going to be living in what is essentially like dorm housing. After I move out, like I'll go home and pick up most of my stuff and bring it to Florida, if I stay there. But for the like 6 months that I know I'm going to be there, I'm going to be in dorm housing. So it's really like I'm moving out from my freshman year of college again. And I didn't bring a ton of stuff with me then. I don't plan to bring a lot of stuff with me now. I'm going to bring like 3 suitcases worth of stuff, but I would like to fit this in the bottom of my suitcase and put it on my wall. So that's it for framed stuff. Now we can do all the little pieces of art I have all over the place. My plan is I've got this like priority mail thing that I picked up for free at the post office, and I've cut her open. So my plan is to like lay things in flat and then close it and tape her shut. This print of a photo of Marilyn Monroe. I don't know who the photographer on this is. I'm sure I could look it up. This is like a decently well-known photo of her. I like Marilyn Monroe. Let the woman rest though. That's kind of the thing on Twitter. There's someone singing on the streets. I like her. I like classic Hollywood films. I like TCM. She's kind of a tragic figure within like the US. I wish she had been treated better in life. 1931 Dracula poster. I like 1931's Dracula. It's the first horror movie, first horror sound. Jesus Christ, let's try that again. It's the first horror film with sound, the first official film adaptation of Dracula. I've talked about it in like 1,000 videos, so I'm not even gonna like specifically pimp a video. I got this at a like print shop in Pike's Place Market. There's Dracula, he's attacking Renfield. We're getting a new Dracula adaptation called Renfield, and I think it's called Renfield, and I think it's going to focus on the character of Renfield, but Nicolas Cage is going to play Dracula, so I think that's very fun, that's very camp. I like Nicolas Cage. I haven't seen his most recent film, the one with Pedro Pascal. That's like the crushing weight of enormous talent, something. But I did really like him in Willy's Wonderland. So I think that's a very fun film, and I like his performance in that. Up next, I've got some retro Disney posters. Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room, Disneyland Railroad Primeval World, The People Mover, and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. These are all like vintage style posters for Disney rides. These might be making the move down to Florida with me because they're like in theme of, you know, my job. But they might not, because I do want to like buy artwork while I'm down there to put on my walls. Eagle-eyed theme park enthusiasts might have noticed that all of those posters are for attractions at Disneyland, which is in California. And I am working at Disney World, which is in Orlando. That being said, you know, I might still bring them with me. I've been to Disneyland once. It counts. But I love the Tiki Room, love the birds. I think the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea ride is really cool, even though I never got to ride it. I love the People Mover. They don't have one in California anymore, but I love the People Mover in Florida. And the Walt Disney World Railroad does not have the dinosaur diorama that the Disneyland Railroad does have, but that is the highlight of the Disneyland Railroad for me. Can you guess why? It's because of the dinosaur animatronics. I got those at the same place I got the Dracula poster. Sorry for the slight pivot. I had to go and delete files off of my phone because I ran out of storage space and couldn't record anymore. I probably wouldn't run into that problem if I recorded on an actual camera instead of on my cell phone. But my rule has always been that I wouldn't invest in a camera until I hit 100 subscribers, so I'll deal with it. Some vintage pulp mystery romance things. Got these at the same place I got the Disney posters and the Dracula poster. I thought they were cool. They are not the full like pulp magazines, it's just the covers, but I liked the designs of these two, so they came home with me. Little gambling art print. This was actually made by a friend of mine. She is an artist and she primarily sells jewelry, but she also sometimes sells prints. And I saw this one on her business's Instagram and I really liked it. So I was like, oh, is there a way I can get that? And she made me a print. She ordered it for me. Find her on Instagram at Arts and Trash, I believe. I'll like type it on the screen. Not sponsored, I just genuinely like her work. Drawing of a two-headed calf. You either know or you know. Oh, you either know or you don't know. Two-Headed Calf is the name of a poem by Lauren Gilpin. It is my favorite poem. Mossball birth certificate that I never filled in. You guys remember when I ordered that moss ball off of the internet? Here she is, if you were curious. Mossy the moss ball. She is alive. Her water is looking a little gunky, honestly. But she is alive. She will be making the move back to Kansas with me. I don't know if she'll be coming out to Florida. She might be staying with my folks while I'm in Florida. They don't know that yet. I'm sure they're real excited to find out. But yeah, this is the birth certificate from when we unboxed her. Link in the description to that video. This is like a foam canvas painting print. I'm not really sure what it is. But it was a graduation gift from a teacher of mine from high school, but I've known her since I was in like elementary. And she was the faculty sponsor on the school trip through Europe, and I went on that, so I think she got these for all the kids that went on that school trip. And this is a canvas that I painted black and glued a bunch of like Mardi Gras beads on. I feel like these have a name besides Mardi Gras beads, but like that's what they are. I had a lamp in my bedroom back home that every time I got beads like this from whatever, I would just throw onto the lamp. But it was like a bendy lamp and it got too heavy and started to like tilt down. And I wanted to keep the beads, so I decided to just cut them up and glue them on a canvas because that was an activity for me to do. Vintage Wichita postcard. A friend of mine from here at college saw this at a like antique store in their hometown here in Washington. And so she knew that that was my hometown. She thought it was cool that she's found an old postcard from my hometown way out here in Washington, so she got it for me and gave it to me. Miscellaneous art designs. There was some club on campus doing a fundraiser selling art. I think it was like the design club or something. But they were selling like lots of little art prints and whatever. And I feel like they had some kind of deal where it was like 3 for $5 or something. So I just grabbed these 3 because they were the ones I liked the most. This is the thank you card from some shop on Etsy that I bought artwork from. The shop was Brits X Bazaar. And I don't remember what artwork I got from her. I mean, I'm sure I could look it up. But this little piece of artwork came with the print that I bought, and I thought it was cute, so I stuck it up on my wall. Fruits basket art print. I just gobbed it with sticky tack when I was taking it off the wall. I'm very sad about that. I can't get it off. I'll go at it with like a razor or maybe like a damp paper towel or something later because I'm really mad about that. But that aside, I'll just cover it with my hand. Like, that's the artwork. Fruits Basket is one of my like favorite shows of all time. Dare I say favorite? Probably. I recently just watched it, the like 2019 version, all the way through for the first time. Like, I was watching the episodes as they came out, but I had never like sat down and watched them back to back in the span of like a month or so. So I did that. It's a good show. I really recommend it. I love it personally. St. Patrick's Church from Midnight Mass. Midnight Mass is also one of my favorite, dare I say favorite, TV shows. I think it's really good. I feel like I was the target audience for that show. I started watching it and I was like, this show was made for me specifically to watch. And that fact is proven by the fact that multiple people I know have recommended the show to me, being like, I feel like you would really like this show. And it's like, you're right, I did. But this is a drawing of the church, St. Patrick's from the show, and this is the angel, I think is like the official character name in that. And then there's kind of an outline of, I think that's probably the priest. Anyways, I really like Midnight Mass. I think everyone should go watch it. Little ghost in a field of flowers. I just really liked this. I like these little ghosts with flowers, so he came home with me. These next two are Silence of the Lambs pieces of artwork. Silence of the Lambs is one of my favorite films. A little trio of Death's Head moths and a little line drawing of Hannibal Lecter. It says, "You're so cute, I could just eat you up," which is one of his lines from the film. All 3 of these are done by the same artist, which is Bright Phoenix. I went to a local horror film festival back in October. It's like indie local, not local, but it's like indie film, primarily like self-made horror films. So I went to, I think I only went to the first day of it because I had stuff the other 2 days. But one of the nights they had like, before the movies and short films were showing, they had like a little artist's gallery thing. And this artist had some work there, so I picked these up because I really liked them. These next 3 are all by the same artist as well. These are photos by a guy called the Shrimp Whisperer. Yes, these are not paintings. My dad thought they were paintings when he saw them on my wall. They are not paintings, they are photographs. He takes real shrimp and makes like miniature sets and poses them. But yeah, these are by the Shrimp Whisperer. He's a photographer out of Alaska. I chose these 3 specifically I've gotten over the years. This one I bought because it was a shrimp in an airplane, and I got this my freshman year because I was feeling a little homesick, and like Kansas, specifically Wichita, my hometown, is known for airplane production. We're like the air capital of the world because that's our main export is planes. So I got a little shrimp in an airplane. I got this one around the holiday season, just some shrimp hanging out in the snow with a moose. And this one has only been up on my wall for like 2 weeks because I got it a couple weeks ago and now I'm moving. But it's the shrimp at a birthday party and I thought that was really cute. And that's it. My walls are now bare, with the exception of like sticky tack and command strips that I need to yoink off. It's really the end of the day. I'm not going to do any more packing. I'm going to like put away the stuff I've pulled off the walls, and then I'm going to shower and watch TV and go to bed in the next hour or two, I imagine. So really, I have 3 days to pack, because that starts up in the morning. I start packing again. Do I feel great about that? No, I'm like looking around and I feel like I have a lot of stuff to pack up still. Probably not really, because this is a pretty small apartment, so like it looks like there's a lot, but there's really not, because there's just actually very little space. But all the artwork is now off the walls, which makes the place feel a little bigger and a little emptier. It's getting real, which like good, it better be, because I'm moving, so like it needs to maybe light a fire under my ass to pack up the rest of the things I have. By the time this video is published, I will have been moved out, because I believe this is going to go up in July, like the first weekend of July, maybe, and I will have been home for at least a few days by the time this goes up. So like, that's fun. This is Emily from the way past at the time this is going live. But yeah, this is it. It's probably the last time this apartment will I'll ever film in. So this is it. Goodbye, apartment. Come on.
No, no, say